Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Amber here with Kwings Let's Plays. Hope you guys and gals are all having a great day today. And today we're gonna showcase the Stranger Things X Fortnite that's in Fortnite right now, so you can check it out. It's in the item shop, and honestly, I haven't really watched a lot of Stranger Things. I obviously used to be into a show a long time ago called The X-Files, which honestly it feels like Stranger Things is sort of like that, except for instead of aliens, it's about, like an alternate dimension. Except for some people believe that aliens are kind of from an alternate dimension, so there you go. So, but anyways, yeah, it's kind of like a show set in the 80s, and yeah, I mean, like, you guys know the show, obviously. Alright, so we can try to get a few people in here that really would like to get in. Alright. We've got Cosmic, William, and I think we had one other person trying to get in, but I'm literally, like, my controller's all messed up. So if you guys are able to, like, send me a... Alright, there we go. Crazy Fiend. Okay. And yeah, guys and gals, if you guys can keep, Uncle Howdy's, grandfather in your thoughts and prayers. I know he was saying his grandpa's having surgery right now. So I've been praying for your grandfather. I know Kwing has also. So Kwing has not been doing well today. He's had a pretty rough day. He's been very sick. I don't know. You guys might have to ask him about that. So let me just go to the locker and show you guys. Actually go to the shop. So here we go. You get the Stranger Things bundle. Honestly, I've got the controller that's all messed up, so I think I'm gonna actually switch my controller out. Hey, what are you doing? Hello, like... Alright, guys. So hopefully we can... Alright, you guys are gonna do a funny surprise for Luke? Okay. Oh, well... I mean, he's probably gonna be on the next stream, but that's very sweet. Thank you, Cosmic. So here in the item shop, you can get all these characters. Dustin, Lucas, Will, and Mike. I don't really know, like, I'll probably play as all of them. It's like 3,300. If you want to get this creepy guy, you can get him too. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get him. We'll see if I feel like it. So, but you kind of get a deal on all of the four boys if you want to get the four guys here. The party. So, yeah, that's what I got. Alright, guys, I guess I'm ready to go, and maybe I'll get some different emotes here. Oh, so this is one of the emotes with it. No, Luke's not playing Fortnite. He's asleep. So, but thank you for the thought. Well, maybe Luke will do a showcase another time and you guys could surprise him then. I don't know what showcases he's planning on doing. Actually, why don't we do the new ones? Oops. Okay. Alright, hey everyone, hope you guys are having a good day and good to see you guys. So, I don't really know what character I'm playing as right now. Yeah, there's a lot of seasons of Stranger Things. Honestly, like, I watched so many episodes of the X-Files back in the day that I'm kind of like sci-fi, it's like a sci-fi horror thriller. From what I can see, like, the plot of the show is that I, like, kind of looked it up on Wikipedia because I have not really watched the show at all. So, and I tried to watch some clips, but I still didn't quite understand what was happening with the show. But from what I can see, the government is doing, like, experiments on, like, energy, and they accidentally opened a portal or a rift to another dimension, and so, like, there's all these weird monsters coming out of it, and, like, and messing up, like, this small town of Indiana. So that's, like, seems to be the whole thing, which is exactly the plot of the X-Files, like, that the government is doing things with aliens that are allowing them to hurt people, and they're looking the other way, and they have, like, this pact with aliens. So it's kind of like the same plot as the X-Files. But, I mean, I'm glad, I mean, it does look, I mean, they definitely make it look like you're, you know, watching a show or a movie from the 1980s, so that's kind of neat. I'm literally, I'm hacking stuff with a flashlight. I don't really know who this character is, but I picked them because they look like they have some of the most 80s hair, but all of them seem to have different, like, 80s haircuts. The bowl cut, the more shaggy look, the flat top, and whatever that other guy had, mullet or something. Yeah, it's sort of like conspiracy theory, but I mean, I felt like the X-Files personally was more conspiracy oriented. Like, everything that I see about, I feel like the whole, like, this is a very 2000s show because none of it is about, oh, the government is secretly hiding these monsters from us and they know about them, and they work with them, and they're, you know, giving, like, a lot of the X-Files was actually real conspiracies that people have actually believed for years, literally put into the show. You know, the idea that the government has made a pact with aliens and all this. This is, like, something that people have been talking about for years, and people really believe this, and, like, there's tons of people believe they have tons of evidence about this. So, like, I feel like for this show they didn't really poke the government or anything. They basically made it, oh, this is just a contained small area in a fictional, you know, universe in Indiana, and this isn't real life, it's very fictional, which is a very 2000s thing, like, to do. Like, you know, they definitely played it safe, which I think that's what I kind of liked about the X-Files, was people not only watched the show, but they also were like, wow, like, something that was said on the show seems like it might be in real life too. So, like, the X-Files was, like, more than just a show. It was, like, people, like, thought, well, it was kind of weird that they made this point in the show. Could this be in real life, too, you know? So, that was, like, that was kind of the X-Files. But this one is a purely fictional, like, thing. Well, kind of like, Jurassic Park or like the Ghostbusters or something. But it is weird to see the Stranger Things characters in the Simpsons world. Oh, you got Marge Simpson? Awesome. Yeah, I honestly wish I knew, like, I was surprised that Winona Ryder is in the show. She was the love interest in Edward Scissorhands and in so many older movies. Um, so, I mean, I guess it makes sense she'd be in, like, a retro-inspired show like that. I feel like people... I don't know why, but they have all these shows and movies that are, like, set in the 1980s. Um, and I'm not gonna, like... I feel like it gives people a warm, fuzzy feeling, like, about things. It was a simpler time, definitely. Not simpler, but I feel like it was more... things were not as stressful, I feel like. I like how one of the emotes is people riding their bike. That's something I used to do as a kid a lot, and you don't see kids doing that as much anymore. You feel like it's more fun to play with Luke? I'm sorry, Blue's cat. Sorry to hear that. Thank you, Uncle Howdy. Alright. Oh, I can't actually pick this up. And the characters in here are Lucas, Dustin, Vecna, and they will add Mike. That's very cool, Miles. Hey Anthony, how's it going? Am I doing evil Homer? I didn't know there was an evil Homer. So how many of you guys like, Stranger Things? Oh, Uncle Howdy needs a reboot, guys. You like it, Miles? That's awesome. Well, I'll probably just play as all the characters and then I'll just hang out for a bit. You like it? Nobody's ghost? That's cool. Yeah. It's one of the most awesome shows ever, William. That's awesome. Yeah, people seem to like it a lot, and maybe I'll have to get into it. I don't know. Like I said, I got way too into the X-Files, and that got too... Honestly, the show is like a little bit like scary for me. So I don't really like things that are too scary. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh wow, the nuclear power plant is like breaking down. Whoopsies. Oh my god. Oh wow. I explained a little bit about where Kwings is at the beginning of the stream. I'm sure he can explain it if he wants to share personal information about where he is, then he will. If he doesn't want to, then he won't. I'm alright. I mean, people are bound to come into the stream. I'm just letting people know, like, because Luke might not want to say, like, you know, say he has something wrong with him or he doesn't. He might not want people to know. And I can't ask him right now because I'm doing this, so you guys can always ask him later when he's on the next stream. make it because like I'm, you know, not on a lot of streams either, and he doesn't like tell everyone where I'm. No, you didn't do anything wrong. You're fine, Kaya. Alright guys, we're just gonna go back to the lobby. But yeah, the other stream will be later tonight. Like I said, like, I didn't say any, like, I mentioned something at the beginning of the video, but if you guys heard what I said at the beginning, then you can, like, make a conclusion about that. But if you weren't here for the beginning, then you can always rewind to hear it, you know, so. Alright guys, so, okay, we got another Stranger Things, so let's actually, I'll, actually go to another Stranger Things character. So we got this guy with the mullet. I guess we'll go with him. And like I mean, for people that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, like I said, Luke wasn't feeling well earlier today, but I can't really, like, I can neither confirm nor deny. Like, if you guys are writing stuff in the chat, like, oh, it's because of this or that, I'm not gonna say yes or no. Like, you guys could be completely wrong, or, you know, I'm not gonna say what it is, because that's just, like, probably just too much information to share, so. Okay. I just don't think it's, like, when you guys call into your job for work or school, you guys don't, like, go into a detailed explanation of why you're sick. You just say, like, oh, I don't feel well, I can't make it. So that's basically what it is. Like, he didn't feel well earlier, so he, also, you know, so he can't make it. That's really all there's to it. Alright, so let's see what kind of accessories. So we got different backpacks for each character. There is the, oh, I forgot to actually see what everyone's name is. This is the, what is this? Twin spinners. Oh, this is it. Dustin Slammer. Okay, this is Dustin. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's try to find out, like, a Stranger Things. Well, that's the Daily Planet. I guess we could just go with the Simpsons one, because I can't really figure out something good. We could use this creepy one. Well, I'm not a parent, and this isn't a school, and I'm a YouTuber, and this is my business. And please don't ask any more questions about where Kwing is. I've asked it on many streams. Please don't do it anymore. I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. I repeated myself again, and it, you know, I was trying to help you guys. You guys seem to really want information, and it, you know, And one answer wasn't enough for you guys, so. Alright. Alright, so I got, I think Dustin over here. Let's see. Alright, so we got Dustin, Lucas. We just played as Mike, and we've got Will. Alright, I'm ready to go, and then after this, we'll see if there's anyone else who wants to hang out. Yeah, most YouTubers, they're not going to give you personal information about their life unless you super chat or unless you're like a VIP member or something. There's no reason for me to give you information about my life. Because honestly, if I would call into school, if I had a personal problem, I would personally know the teacher there. I don't personally know anyone in the chat. I'm literally on the internet. So there's no reason for me to give personal information about myself or anyone in my family, and I'm not going to. Well, people in the chat are not entitled to know personal information. Hey guys, I don't know why there's not a lot of music. I mean, I don't know where the music is. Okay, we have at least, okay, William is playing as a Stranger Things character. We've got Lucas and Dustin. So there's Lucas with like a high school jacket, I think, like a high school letter jacket. You don't hear any music sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of hanging out. So here's Dustin. He's got his whatever kind of thing. Yeah, it's usually just not on the map at all, and then, yeah, when they play music, like, there's more and more copyright music in this game. They have, like, all these different, you know, rappers and Britney Spears and everything. Yeah, so I was just watching the clip of, I think it was like, one of the characters of Stranger Things is like a black belt. Like, I think it's like the stepdad of one of the kids or something. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to like catch up on some of these pieces. But he's a black belt, but he only was able to basically practice against children ever. So he ranked up to black belt, but he's only ever fought children, and he finally was able to actually like fight a bad guy or something in the show. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah, hello Wendy. Hi Dude on the Moon. Hi Zach. Hi Alpha. Hi John. Hello everyone. So yeah, I'm just kind of like the stream is what it says it is, just hanging out and showing this. So after this stream will probably be, I don't know, like maybe it will be Simpsons Hit and Run, maybe it will be the Simpsons Part 7. You guys were asking about solo leveling. Because Luke wasn't feeling well earlier today, we won't be doing solo leveling today. But that doesn't mean that it's canceled, because Luke really does want to play that game, so yeah, we're still gonna play that to answer your question, OH, so don't worry about it. We're still gonna play the game. I had a long day. I finally have changed my schedule where I'm supposed to not work after 10 a.m. On Sundays, and then I can actually go to church and then help out on the channel afterwards, but my schedule hasn't been switched yet. So right now I came home kind of late, and I went and I got a few smoothies at the grocery store, and they were selling like all these like turkeys were everywhere for Thanksgiving. So there's like at my grocery store there's like this robot that they have created to like just roam around the grocery store, and I literally don't even know what the robot does. Like, I don't think anyone does. I think you can scan groceries. Like, I think it has a little scanner, and like if you need a price or something, I think it gives you a price. I don't know. I've never actually gone up to the robot because it's kind of like freaky. Like, it always almost hits people all the time. So honestly, I think it's one of the creepiest things ever. But it's always roaming around the grocery store. I don't think Luke we don't have Netflix, so I doubt he's watched Stranger Things. Also, Luke doesn't like thriller, sci-fi things, so I don't... the closest that Luke would get to watching sci-fi would be Star Wars or Star Trek, or, of course, Gundam. He likes sci-fi anime. Like, maybe if I got into the show, I'd start watching it. Honestly, I think I watched maybe the first episode of Stranger Things years ago. And it was just kind of... Honestly, I don't like things that are too scary. So, it was kind of scary, and I really didn't like it. Because it was just too much. Do I like Star Trek? I grew up on the, my family didn't have TV growing up, so I grew up on the, 60s Star Trek, because I got it out of the library. It was super old. So I got that Star Trek with, like, Spock and Captain Kirk. And Luke grew up with Picard and Star Trek The Next Generation. So he kind of got me into the Next Generation Star Trek with Captain Picard and stuff. Which I was surprised I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I really did like it a lot, so, I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to beat Star Trek The Next Generation with, Picard and, like, Worf and, Data and all those people. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Alpha. He tempted me a little because he knows I know a lot about like conspiracy theories because I've been on the internet for a long time, but I also know I have to stay away from them. It gets me into trouble. Nope. Great. Yeah, I think Kwings likes rom-coms. Well, I have no idea. I'm just gonna die. Sorry, guys. Like, I don't know if Luke will play another. I mean, Luke he doesn't really play a lot of Fortnite, so. I mean, unless somebody sponsors a Fortnite stream, I don't know if he's really going to be playing Fortnite in a while. Like, he showed off the characters he really wanted to show off. Like, maybe he'll show off giant Simpsons, but I don't know. Oh, there's you guys. Hey, guys. Hey, Cosmic. I haven't gotten started with any conspiracy theories. I was just responding to the chat. Just making conversation. And, like, the whole reason I'm talking about it is because I'm playing Stranger Things, so I'm just responding to the chat, what people were saying in the chat. I'm just responding. So I haven't gotten into anything. I haven't even talked about it. Oh. We got Miku, and we have, oh yeah, the person from, who is oh yeah, Cosmic is from that, oh yeah, K-pop Demon Slayers. Honestly, K-pop Demon Slayers would probably be, like, probably pretty, like, useful fighting, like, monsters from another dimension. I mean, honestly, I would probably make this stream more interesting if I actually did talk about the differences and similarities between, like, aliens and other dimensions, which I actually happen to know a lot about by being on the internet for a long time. Like, so many people believe, like, that aliens are from another dimension and they're not from another planet. There's, like, several reasons why they believe that. Is, like, well, number one, their ships don't move normally. Like, they don't actually move like ships. They move like most people, like if they see a UFO, they see the UFO and it darts around sporadically, and then it will just disappear. Like it's disappearing. It's like it's disappearing into another dimension. So yeah, no, you're fine. I know you're responding to someone in the chat, Jessica. You're good. I just turned off the chat because like not that many people are chatting anyway, so I'll just look at it once in a while. I'm just gonna focus on the game and just run around. Oh, I can't really reboot anyone. Alright, great job everyone. I just don't. Yeah, I'm just like a little thrown off today because Kwing wasn't feeling well, and then I had a weird comment at the very beginning, at the start of the stream, which was kind of like, difficult for me. So I'm just like, it happened like 30-40 minutes ago, so I'm just gonna just ignore it and just try to just move on. So okay, so we've got alright, so we played as Mike. We played as we haven't played as Will with the bowl cut. We played as Dustin, and we can play as Lucas. Oops, we already have Lucas, so we can actually go to the locker. But I hope you guys had a nice day today, and like I hope everyone's doing well. You should have some Simpsons game today for a stream. And you guys will probably, honestly, because of Luke's ADD, he will probably give you some people the fix that they need by knowing information about whatever is going on with him. So, but I don't have ADD, so I don't feel the need to say anything, and it's not my life. Like it's not about me, so I'm not actually, it wouldn't be right for me to give information about someone that's not me, so I don't really know. Alright, I really don't know. Okay, we have this emote. I'm gonna see if there's like another Stranger Things emote. Oh, here we go. We can use this one. Here's the Stranger Things emote. We'll go with that one. It's like riding your bicycle. I don't know. I personally feel that like I'm not gonna say, because I haven't really watched the show, so I don't really want, I'm trying not to say anything about the show. But like I haven't really, like I personally feel like watching sci-fi to me is like supposed to be watching, like, for instance, like H.G. Wells. I thought it was H.G. Wells who somebody wrote Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'll have to like look it up. But anyways, there's so many like great science fiction writers, and it's been a thing for literally decades, if not like over 100 years. So like of course they're gonna have sci-fi TV shows and everything, but like for instance like Star Trek, like when you make a show like Star Trek, the whole idea of it is like, oh, like maybe there is aliens out there, like Klingons and stuff. Like you don't know, because like it's sci-fi, it's like fantasy. Like maybe it exists or maybe it doesn't. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like, I guess I don't really feel like Stranger Things is a sci-fi show. Like it's just like it's almost like a zombie show to me. Like it feels like, because you know that the whole thing is kind of like made up. Like, obviously, like, a power plant can't really open a rift in another dimension. So I don't know. It's, for me, it's like it's just I don't know. I guess I'm just like more of like a I like my sci-fi shows. Like I like this. If the sci-fi is gonna be like, if there's gonna be something science fiction, it's gonna be like a huge. It's gonna like if there was a rift in space and time, it would be like not just affecting just like one town in Indiana. It would like affect the whole world, and like kind of like Gundam or something, or like this galactic war or Star Wars. I kind of like that kind of sci-fi better. Um, like, or the Green Lantern Corps, or with Star Trek, you have like this entire federation. I kind of like that better because it's like, oh wow, it's like this entire like, it's in this entire like universe of like all this stuff going on above our heads that we don't even know about. That's kind of like makes you like in awe of it. But I feel like, I don't know, I haven't really watched the show, but it just feels more like a zombie show to me, because it's like, oh, it's just like in this one small area of the, one state. And so, but that's kind of like what I feel like, that's kind of like what, like, I feel like I have more like an, I just feel like for being like a show set in the 80s, like the 80s was like a time where everyone thought like anything was possible. So I don't know. I just, for me, like if I was writing a sci-fi show, I'd write it like it would be a much bigger scale, like impact, like, so yeah. But I don't know, I haven't really watched the show very much, so. For me, for like older shows and movies, for me, like the idea, like when you watch like a show, like even older Star Trek, where, obviously the budget wasn't that great, as much as like the new Star Trek or whatever with Picard. It was like the idea of the story was bigger than what they could actually show. Like, yeah, you could see that the computers looked a little bit fake, but it was the whole idea. It was like the idea of them. You understood the story was huge, kind of. Whereas I feel like modern shows today, the special effects are great, the timing is great with all of the one-liners. They have all of the costumes perfect. None of the sets look like they're cheap or, hokey. It doesn't look like they're lacking in funding for anything. Like everything is finesse to a T, but it's like the premise of the shows themselves, they're just like, for me, like I feel like it's just kind of ironic because like in the 80s, like that was like the whole thing, like anything was possible. And like I know people don't like it, but in Teen Titans Go, that's kind of what they were talking about, was like the song Night Begins to Shine was like kind of like an 80s ballad about like anything is possible. Like you ride a motorcycle, you have a giant wolf friend, you sing a song, and you like kill a cyclops or something that's made of robot or something like that. Like it's just like so out there and so creative. So I mean, it's just like anything is possible. So yeah, it's like, it's interesting though. Like I definitely feel like, I mean, I can see why the show's popular, because they have like all the 80s aesthetic. But yeah. Like, maybe if I got into it, but for me, like, the reason why I really liked, for instance, like the X-Files, and I think a lot of my friends liked it, it was like, oh, there's like, and I think they do have something like that in Stranger Things, where I know there's like, there's two characters that are like, there's like a love interest for one of them, like, I think it's like a divorced mom or something, and one of the guys that helps take care of the kids or something, like, he's like a love interest for her now or something. But that was like the whole thing of the X-Files, was like, you had Scully and Mulder. It was like constant, like, will they, won't they, kind of like Rachel and Ross, but maybe not as crazy as Rachel and Ross, more like subtle. But yeah, I remember like when they had the X-Files movie come out, it just blew everyone's minds. Like, the people in my class just went crazy for that. They were just like over the moon that they made a movie. And I don't know if Stranger Things has gotten any movies at all. I was kind of annoyed I didn't go to the item. There was like there was a Batmobile, like there was something you could get, like the boost from the Batmobile in the item shop. That was pretty cool. But I missed it. Now they just have a lightning thing. Yeah, I definitely remember going to school in the 90s and kids having this haircut, honestly. The flat top. Honestly, I think it's like one of the coolest haircuts ever. I thought Will Smith had this in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like, at one point. Like, a lot of people did. And of course, Guile has this haircut, but different. His is different. Oh, hey guys, I'll just, oops, I guess I got... Yeah, I don't think I can sit on top of it, guys. There's too many people. Alright, I guess I can sit up here. You like Lucas's hair, Miles? That's cool. Yeah, I think Luke had a jacket like this. I don't know if they still make jackets like this or not. Like letter jackets from high school. It is kind of funny that all these donuts are all over. But, like, it is kind of neat exploring the Simpsons world. Like when I was younger, like a lot of people didn't allow their kids to watch Simpsons. It was like considered like really, really, really bad by some parents. Some parents loved letting their kids watch it, but it depended on the parent. And like some people thought Pokemon was evil. Like I was at these people's house one time years ago and the Simpsons came on and they were like very upset. Like, and I didn't even turn, they were the ones who had the TV on, like it just went to the show. But yeah, so it's like now looking at things nowadays, it's like the jokes on the Simpsons were really not that bad compared to, you know, what's on TV now. Oh my gosh. No, I don't mind people teasing me about conspiracy theories because I mean, I was very interested in them. Honestly, X-Files might have been part of that reason. But also, it's like, it's on the internet. I like mysteries. And I guess that's why people like Stranger Things. It's like a mystery. It's like modern day Scooby-Doo, but a horror version. Like, I don't really watch zombie shows either, so. Lucas, no. Wow. I probably shouldn't have connected my beard to someone at yells. Okay, thanks, Jessica. I think the new season will be on a bigger scale. That's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, the thing is, like, for basically, like, I need, like, if I'm gonna have a show, I need, like, some levity to it. So, like, the whole point of the X-Files was, like, okay, it's, you know, the show has scary elements to it, but most of the show was interaction between the two FBI agents, Scully and Mulder, and their relationship. Like, maybe the Stranger Things is kind of like that. I don't know. So we'll try to, we've got Kylie in here, we've got Cosmic. I can see if there's somebody else who really wants to get in. Okay, so I will... Okay, so I will just leave the... I'm gonna try to get some other people in, guys. So I can invite some people that are here. If you're online, I can try to invite you, Kaya. Alright, I'll look for you. Let's see if I can see you online. You can send a request to join, Kaya, that's fine. Why did somebody make their username I hate my life? And if we can't find the people that are trying to get in, then we'll just we'll just play with the same people, I guess. No, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I was trying to get people that hadn't gotten a chance. But I don't know if I can get them in. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna make a, anyone who wants to can just come in, because I don't, you guys can just join. Because I don't, as long as I have you added as a friend, you guys should be able to join. So, as long as I add you as a friend, Kaya, you can join the party. Alright, so we got Maxim and Papa's Cruise, and we got Crazy Fiend. Hello, Maxim. Alright, now we have, maybe we can try to get Kaya. What's your username? What's your username? Okay, guys, let's try to get Kaya in the party if we can. Yeah, Marty McFly is in the next battle pass. That's pretty exciting. Alright, well, I tried to, if you let me know what your username is, Kaya, then I can try to get you in. I don't think I played as this character, so I guess I'll play as them. I don't know. And we'll do the other backpack that I haven't done. But, yeah, I mean, like, you know, like... Oh, do I like your dog in Fortnite? Yeah, that's really, it's really cute. It's really cute, Uncle Howdy. Oh my gosh, Cosmic has a giant thing of gold. Oh, he's supposed to be your dog outlaw? Awesome, Uncle Howdy. Well, thank you very much. But like, I don't know, I just... Oh my gosh, we have all this pizza. Wow, okay, this is really interesting. Like, I'm gonna have to watch some Simpsons episode to see where all these references are from. Like, green, toxic, like, stuff to drink. Oh my gosh, Cosmic is dancing on the table. Yeah, Back to the Future seems like it would be pretty exciting, honestly. Oh, yeah. Mind your manners. Dancing on the table. That's right. Thanks, Uncle Howdy. Oh, it's from the hit and run game? Oh, wow, Wendy. Yeah. So we'll see if you guys end up doing the hit and run thing today or it will be tomorrow. Yep, it'll probably be a lot of, definitely windy. A lot of, Hollywood films. Hey, Miku. Honestly, I don't understand, like, the Christmas lights on the backpack, but okay. It does feel very Ghostbusters-y, you know, like, it's like between the X-Files and Ghostbusters, the show. I think the reason why the show doesn't, like, make me feel like watching it is because it's kind of like a parody of the 80s. So if you, like, lived in the 80s, it wouldn't be as interesting because you wouldn't really get the jokes since, like, for you, that was your life, so it's like, it's not really, you know? Okay, you sent a friend. I have like so many friend requests. Maybe, you could send it again because I have like so many friend requests. I can look for your requests, but I don't even know what. Like, as you can see, like I'm going through almost like. I have over 100 friend requests here, so I don't. Like, I don't know, like, even the name to look for, if that makes sense. Like, if it says Kaya on it, then I can try to add it. I mean, I can try to add it right now. Oh, there, Kaya Koopa, is that it? Maybe that's it. So I did see one that said Kaya, so maybe that's correct. So I did just accept the one for Kaya Koopa. So thank you. I'm gonna assume that's you, Kaya. Thanks for sending me the friend request. The Springfield tire fire smelled in 46 states. Well, I can see why some people don't play Fortnite very much, because, I mean, it's just kind of running around, but it's kind of why I like doing more showcases of Fortnite is, you can just earn stuff on the Battle Pass, and you don't have to buy everything on the Battle Pass. So for me, it's like, oh, I'm doing a showcase, but I'm also just kind of like earning points. Oh, you can't use the swing set. It's too bad. Yep, thanks for watching the short today, guys. And the shorts playlist is at the top of every stream, so you can watch it. Oh my gosh, somebody has a cyber truck. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, I'm in the bathroom. Oh my god. Wow. Seriously? Oh my god. Oh, hope you're doing well too, Granddaddy Otaku. Thank you. Spicy sight. Kaya, the ultimate epic eyesight. Alright, I can try to find that. Thank you, Kaya. I hope you have a nice trip, Granddaddy Otaku. Oh my gosh. But like another Simpsons character. Yeah, so I was just watching the, I guess Kaylin told me about how Frasier was rebooted. And so I was watching like a few episodes of that today, and it was kind of interesting. So like they usually have like the little like intro where it goes da 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 da, and it has the outline of the city of Seattle. Well, Frasier in this, he moves to Boston, and so then they have the outline of Boston instead. Honestly, it's kind of interesting. I really didn't think it was gonna be that. I was really surprised that they actually made a backstory to this where Frasier actually had his own TV show, and they made him almost like every weird TV show, like Doctor, who was that guy that made a TV show that was, he was a doctor but he gave medical advice, but he had all these gimmicks on his show. I guess he still has his show. Dr. Oz. And it was almost like his show was a combination between Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil. And like, so, and he also kind of did a show sort of like, I can't think of the people that do a show like this, but I'm thinking like Oprah or other, you know, celebrities that like or the Wendy Williams show or whatever, where they just get, and they're just like hyping up the audience, and they like come through the back and like slap everyone's hand, and like, you know, people are screaming and cheering. But anyways, like in this reboot of Frasier, he's like, he's not able to actually just teach a class. He wanted to teach at Harvard his whole life, so he's not able to teach a class. The people want him to do the gimmicks from his show. They even, like, they want him to bring in more students, which will bring more money in for the school. So they basically try to get him to use all his weird gimmicks he did for the show. Like with his, he has like a thinking cap, and he has like all these, like a huge banner and a couch, and he has like, you know what time it is, and he has all these like crazy things that he did on the show. So it's like he wants to be taken seriously, but because he was on TV, people will never take him seriously now. And he tried, but it didn't work out. But so I mean, that is kind of funny. Like, I thought the parody of all those like shows like that was really funny to me, because those shows are kind of ridiculous. Like, if you think about it, like where they just like run through the audience and slap everyone's hands, and especially when it's like a show about something like medical stuff or psychiatry or something like that. Like, your topics are like, oh, today we're going to be talking about a person who rescued someone from a burning building, but your intro to your show is like completely crazy. Especially like some of the, like, even like how Rachel Ray's show became like crazy. Like, she started out just cooking, and then her show became increasingly more weird. Like, I think Ellen DeGeneres, her show had all these gimmicks, but honestly the dancing thing wasn't too bad. Honestly, I did like the dancing part of that. But I mean, that's kind of thing is interesting. Like, they have different things on different people's shows that are super gimmicky, but some of them aren't. It isn't too bad. Oh, somebody got rid of Evil Homer. I watched the entire Five Nights at Freddy's movie. The guy who does the kill count on YouTube. Oh, interesting, Kaya. Oh, good game, everyone. Great job, Maxim. Okay, so let's actually go to the lobby, and we're gonna try to, I'm gonna try to see if we can friend Kaya, because I don't see. But yeah, what was kind of it, what kind of got me into the show was like Luke was telling me that basically the instead of Freddy, Frasier's son, taking after him, he takes after his grandfather instead. So he, became a firefighter. Instead of like going and becoming a psychologist. Okay, I'll try to find you, Kaya, but if I can't find you, I don't know, I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so I'm gonna try to type in what you... Alright guys, I'm just gonna... It says it's not coming up. So I don't know, like, you can always friend me if you want again. You can always send a request to join to Kwing Reviews, Kaya, and I'll definitely add you if you want to do that. Okay guys, so we'll do this again. Alright, I think I have Kaya now. I'm sorry, Kaya. Sorry I didn't get you in. Honestly, every several months I have to... So I think I added Kaya as a friend, so we'll try to get him in next time. Thank you for friending me, Kaya, and thanks for people playing with me. Oh, okay. And the only thing is, I never remember anyone wearing skinny jeans in the 80s. It's more like mom jeans. So like the skinny... That's one thing I think is kind of weird about shows that are in the 80s. They kind of mix... They kind of mix together like 2020s clothing with 80s outfits. So it's not really that accurate. It's almost like they're cosplaying as 80s characters. Like if you did like a bad cosplay and you didn't have it completely accurate. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Stupid clone, get out of my way and destroy. Clone, 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 clone. Hey, that's mine.
Oh. And then, oh, and Phoenix White. I forgot who Max on Guard is. I haven't played in a long time. Oh, skinny jeans in the 80s were mostly for boys? Oh wow, I had no idea people wore skinny jeans in the 80s. I never saw anyone wear that. Like, I don't know. Of course, I wasn't around for the whole 80s. But I did experience a little bit of them. Like, my brothers would never wear, like, jeans this tight in the 80s or any other, like, any other time. But one thing we did do is ride our bikes a lot, which is kind of like the movie. I feel like the movie E.T. really shows, like, what the 80s were like. I feel it just reminds me of it. It's one of my favorite movies is E.T. It definitely reminds me of the 80s because it was a movie made in 1982, and honestly, it just looking. I mean, honestly, it was made in the 80s, so you know. I feel like if you want to watch a accurate 80s show or movie, like, literally watch a show that was literally made in the 80s, and then you can easily go back in time. Like, I think that's the surreal thing about shows today that are, like, set in the 80s. It's just kind of, like, surreal because it's like they're, like, almost like making fun of the 80s or cosplaying or something, where it's just kind of weird to me. Like, it must feel like if somebody from, like, the 1800s could watch people doing, like, a period piece on, like, Jane Austen's book or something, like, I feel like, or 1900s, I don't know when Jane Austen was, I'll have to look it up, but it's like, I feel like it's just surreal, like, watching people, like, parody the 80s. It's just kind of weird. Like, if you really want to know what it was like, then just, like, watch a movie that was literally from the 80s. So then there's so many of those movies already. Yeah, I kind of like when I watch E.T., I kind of get nostalgia for what that was like back then, which was just riding your bike and just hanging out with friends. And I remember just like, even in grade school, like, walking home from school and, stop by the gas station for a slushie or candy. Of course, I didn't have any money. My friends did. But my friend would, like, stop by there for, like, a slushie or something. I'd go with them. But honestly, for me, I just felt like it was, I don't know if it was, like, a simpler time, but it was, like, all this, like, it was just, like, people just worry about so many, like, there's so many things that are so expensive now. Like, it was like before cell phones and all this stuff. Um, and people just didn't worry about things as much. I feel like it's like today everyone worries about everything. Like I have to bring a cell phone with me everywhere just in case there's an emergency and I need to call somebody, which never happens. People are always checking in on people, always calling. I just feel like we didn't really do that. It was like, oh, where are the kids? It's like, oh, they're out. They're hanging out with their friends. I'm sure they'll be back before dark, before dinner. And nobody really worried about stuff the way people worry about everything today. Like, all of the things that could, quote, happen. No one really worried about that because it was like, well, it's not, like, that's highly unlikely, and kids are just out playing, so it doesn't. So yeah, it's just like today. It's just like I feel like it's like today's world. It feels like absolute insanity. Like every day that I'm alive in today's world feels like it is insane. I would love to go back to the 80s. I feel like it was much better. Like if everyone could get rid of their cell phones, I think the world would be a better place. Like I just don't think it helps anyone, because it just kind of gives you anxiety to carry that around with you all the time, like thinking that you're gonna need it, you're gonna need to. Like you even hear people talking about it now, where it's like, oh, I'm sitting waiting for something. I'll watch a video on my cell phone. I'm sitting here waiting. I'll just scroll through some information online and just sit here and take up all this time looking at something online instead of like years ago we used to just when we were waiting for something we would just sit or read a book or talk to the people around us. It's like it's become such a weird world where people are always on their phones. It's just it is an absolute girlfriend. Yeah, that's why Luke always wants me to get a sweatshirt that's kind of like sort of off shoulder. And I mean, I talk about like movies that I don't like that are like set in a certain period, but I did kind of like The Wedding Singer. It's set in the 80s. I didn't realize that, and I think it was made in the 90s or 2000s. Okay, hi, Axel Lover. Thank you for being a member for 44 months. You haven't done anything wrong. You've been a member for a long time. Thank you very much. Honestly, I'm not really up. I'm not really. Thank you, Axel Lover. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly, I have to admit, she is one of the most beautiful women, like, ever, on, like, the face of the earth. I agree with that. That's just, like, that's just, like, a, objective opinion. Not even, like, yeah, she's beautiful. My gosh, like, she was very pretty in The Rocketeer, and, of course, she was in several other movies. Yeah, honestly, I just miss the piece of just, honestly, what I like about, you know, like people make fun of like, oh, you're wearing 80s mom jeans and stuff. I mean, for me, like, that's kind of what I liked about the 80s was like, I feel like people in today's world care too much about their appearance. Everything has to be so, like, I think that girls in the 80s were prettier. And, like, I don't know if girls did their nails a lot back then, but I don't really know. Maybe Jennifer Connelly did, but it's just interesting. Everyone at my job has their nails. Like, they go and get their nails professionally done. And I feel like everything in the 80s was just, like, cheap. Like, you know, it was just less, like, you could have a very beautiful look to you. Like, for instance, I thought Cindy Crawford was, like, an 80s supermodel, and she was very pretty. And, like, she just had, like, the very, like, I feel like it's like the less is more look. It's like you just have a very pretty actress or model, and she's just wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, and she's just confident, and she doesn't have to have all these extra things. Like, you know, like today women have like false eyelashes, and you know, they have their nails done like for $80 and all this. I feel like it was more emphasis on like, yes, the 80s had a lot of colorful makeup that was over the top for pop stars, but also like there was also some kind of emphasis on just natural beauty. Like, if you just think about like women in the 80s basically would just, a lot of them had long hair and they would just make their hair really big. Like, there was an emphasis on basically accentuating the features that are actually pretty on women instead of not. Like, you know, hair is a huge thing that makes a girl very beautiful, and like that was like a huge thing in the 80s. It was just like, I would think like for instance like April O'Neil, I thought she looked very pretty from the, of course that was the 90s, but I feel like the 90s was like coming off of the 80s, so in a way I feel like those two decades were sort of connected. It was like trailing off from it. I just feel like people, like, I never even thought about my appearance at all growing up when I was younger, and like every decade since, it's like, today, it's like that's kind of like, if you actually look at these characters from Stranger Things, like, if you didn't know they were parodying the 80s, you would kind of think they were people that didn't care about their appearance. It's like, that was the whole point of the bowl cut, like this person is wearing right now. It's like, it's just to save money. It didn't matter. Like, you just put a bowl in your head and cut your hair. I think that's what I liked about it. I felt like the 70s was a little bit that way too. Like, my mother-in-law, she grew up in the 70s and 80s, and she and I hit it off really well because we both wore some of the same things, honestly. I used to wear long jean skirts, and she thought that was interesting because she used to wear long jean skirts in the 70s. And she talked about how she would wear like a lot of plaids and long skirts, or long, you know, jeans, and then like they had like, I just like they had something for. I do think like, because I think if you focus on your appearance too much, you end up ruining your appearance. Like, if you pick, like, say you do your nails too much, you're gonna end up stripping all the oils off your nails, and your nails are gonna get like really messed up. If you do your eyelashes so much, you're gonna get chemicals all over your eyes and get an infection. If you do your hair too much, you put too much hairspray in, you're gonna literally you're gonna literally get to the point where your hair is shot and it doesn't even look good. So literally not putting a lot of effort into all these chemicals and doing everything over the top is actually the best way to actually enhance your natural beauty, is to just let yourself be how you normally are. So honestly, like, that's how I feel like the 70s and 80s were actually better. Like, I think women looked more beautiful then because they didn't overdo everything. The more you put, I mean, I've seen so many YouTubers talk about this. Like, oh, guys, I don't think we're gonna do respawn rumble, so let me just, so, guys, I'm gonna, exit the room, and we're gonna add some people in. Or I can just take some people out. So, I think Epic Eyesight, I don't know, oh, that's Sakaya. Um, alright, so let's, I'll get rid of, alright, guys, I'm gonna get rid of everyone that has already played. But I think, oh, wait, no, 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 I don't want to remove friend. No, no, no. Alright, guys, so we'll try to get one more person in. But honestly, like, just, like, looking at the appearance of these boys, for instance, like, literally they look like they don't care about their appearance very much. And, like, that's how I remember, like, the 80s or even going into the 90s, I feel like people, like, were way more into, like, bright colors and stuff. Of course, they still had bright colors in the 80s. But honestly, today, like, people are super obsessed with like how like they look. Everyone kind of like tries to dress as if they're on camera all the time, whereas in the 70s and 80s, I just feel like people did not dress like they were on camera. Like they just dressed normally, like you wouldn't you just didn't dress like everyone was looking at you. So I kind of liked that. All right, guys, so I don't know how many people have not no, okay. All right, well, I can get, if you were sitting out Cosmic, I can get you in. All right, so I invited you. Oh, I guess I got Maxim in here. So I'll just all right, so I'll get Maxim in next time. Sorry about that. Oh. All right, guys. But honestly, like that's kind of honestly, like I just feel like if you go back a few decades, basically what you're gonna find is like just the same as now, except for not as. I feel like today everything is pushed to the max. Like you have to have a cell phone, you have to have a brand name car. Like I think in the 90s, like yeah, you could have like a brand name shoe, like obviously Air Jordans. Like it could, you could have something that was cool, like a tennis shoe. But today it's like if you notice like today like in the 80s or whatever, like if you notice like old movies, people didn't have all new cars back then. And then you notice in modern movies everyone has a new car, you know. So there's definitely a difference in like the way that people saw reality, like their priorities. Like several decades ago, people didn't prioritize having everything that they have look shiny and new. Like, I mean, even like if you look, I mean, if you go to like, for instance, like Luke and I would, like, uh, Like when we visited Luke's grandparents, like their carpet was from the 70s and they never changed it. It was more like the attitude, like, why would I need to change it if it's not broken? You know? So, yeah, I definitely miss riding my bike and just laughing and, people just talking about just, instead of talking about what's on the news or talking about, oh, did you hear what so and so said about so and so and there's this controversy. I don't remember people talking about that. People would just be more positive when they were talking to each other. Years ago, they would be talking about, hey, did you, like, um, nice weather we're having, or like people would. I remember people joked around a lot, and like Luke's, and I think the 40s were similar. People used to joke around a lot. Luke's grandparents used to joke a lot, and they were from the 40s. My grandfather joked a lot, and I don't know what decade my grandfather was from. But I feel like the more we get to, like, the further in, like, every decade people become angrier and more serious and like meaner in general. Like there was a video of the like a I feel like people in the 80s and 90s used to try to encourage each other. Like strangers would just, try to say something nice to each other. Um, Even people they didn't know, and just try to joke around with them. And it was like just like having a good outlook and just basically almost like an idea that we're all in this together and looking out for your fellow man. Today it's like everyone is distrustful of each other and they're always looking at their phone and they're always into some. I mean, it's kind of weird that people say that I look into conspiracy theories, because like I see that everyone who watches the news as a conspiracy theorist, because most of the news is really either completely untrue or completely overhyped. I just accidentally came across a news story today where it was mean about somebody and they were just being mean to them and, mean about their relationship and mean about their just everything. And I feel like this last couple decades have been just everyone is mean. Um, it's just, yeah, it's definitely, I never remember that feel. Like, there were bullies, in the 80s and 90s, but that would be like, okay, you have a bully and they're a jerk. But it wouldn't be everyone. It was like most people were generally nice. But yeah, I mean, there's this viral video on YouTube where it's a gas station, and there's a bunch of people just filming at the gas station in the 1980s. And they're laughing, and they're talking, and they're saying, hey, how's it going? And like, hey, what are you getting, a soda pop? And like, they're talking to each other like they're best friends, but they're completely strangers. And that's literally, and there's all these people in the comments that are like, this is not real. Like, no one was this happy. And it's like, yes, they were. That was before cell phones. That was before all this stuff was blasted on the news. People used to be genuinely happy with their lives. They were uplifting, they were kind, a lot of people would make jokes and just always try to cheer people up, or cheer other people up around them. So yeah, I mean, like, like living in like several decades ago to it's like living now, it feels like I'm in a weird dystopian future right now. Definitely feels strange. So it is like it's no wonder that they would use like a show like Stranger Things would be so successful, because the topics that would be talked about in the 80s wouldn't be like today's kids in today's world wouldn't be very nice. The things they would talk about, they would always talk about inappropriate things and things that are too personal or things that are inappropriate and wrong. And in the 80s, you wouldn't even think about talking about that. Why would you talk about that? Like, it's just things that you wouldn't talk about. So, yeah, it's definitely like, I think that's what makes me weirded out by people like using like, oh, we're gonna make a show and it's gonna be modern because it's gonna be really horrific and with tons of scary stuff in your face, but we're gonna set it in the 80s so it'll draw people in, because that was the last time people are actually nice to each other. So I find it strange, honestly. Talk about strange things. Honestly, I remember, like, whenever I watch, like, E.T., I definitely think about, like how I used to, like, that was one of my things I did, was, like, I literally, me and my brothers used to, like, ride our bikes endlessly, and we used to play outside, and just hang out. Honestly, me growing up, like, in the 90s and stuff, I used to play hopscotch. I played Foursquare. If we were around a bunch of kids, if there was a basketball hoop, we would shoot basketball hoops outside. There wasn't a lot of, like, it was a lot of just hanging out outside and just doing things. Or, like, if you had to wait for the bus, or you had to wait for school to start, or you had to wait for your mom to pick you up, you would just talk to the person next to you and get to know them. You wouldn't be on your cell phone, scrolling through endless, basically trash on your cell phone. So, I mean, it's definitely it was a better time. Like, honestly, the news, all it is a bunch of overpaid people that work for news organizations that write they write, like, scary pieces that are supposed to terrify you. Like, imagine if you could, like, read a book, like, oh, I'm gonna read a classic novel and try to elevate my day and think about something, or I'm gonna read a sci-fi story, or I'm gonna read an adventure story, Robinson Crusoe. I'm gonna watch a movie that inspires me, or I'm gonna go out hiking. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna sit and watch a bunch of people tell me every horrific thing that has happened all across the world and just focus on that. Not only that, but I'm gonna watch their weird slant to it, where you ever notice the newscasters, how they act when they're doing the news? They act like they're literally, like, hypnotizing, or like, they're like, it's like they're a cult or something. Like, the way they're talking to you is, like, purposely trying to stress you out. Like, they're like, and in other news, a woman was viciously, attacked and, killed by, and I don't even want to go into it. Like, I can't even continue because it's stressing me out even to make up a story like that. But it's like, why? It's like, why would I want to know this? Like, I don't want to know about this thing that happened. How will it help me in my life? How will it elevate my day? It literally will not. Or, like, and that's not the worst kind of news stories. The worst kind are the kind where they try to stress you out and try to go, like, and now like, and now this politician is doing this thing, and we're all gonna be doomed because they're doing this. It's like, well, honestly, like, they're trying to give people anxiety because even whether the politician is doing something good or bad, literally, they're making it like we're like just pawns in the hands of this politician and we can't do anything about it, and they're just gonna destroy the world, and they're out of control, and we can't we can't fend for ourselves at all. We can't do anything. We're doomed. Like, we're in the hands of, a bunch of politicians, and they have so much power over us. And it almost feels like the way that these newscasters are talking about is like just putting fear into people. I could not imagine my daughter or son watching a news story where they act like, oh no, like the world is ending because a congressman or a politician made a decision, and now your life is over because they've decided they're gonna ruin everything. Like, they always do this doom and gloom stuff. Like, and they have decided now that they are gonna make life hard for farmers, and now farmers are not gonna have any way of, like, I get that. Like, I get that they're trying to, like, they feel that they're on this, and maybe there is something bad that's happening to farmers or something. But honestly, I just feel like you talking about it in such a stressful manner that it is like making people have anxiety about it, and you're literally causing people to hate. Like, literally, most of these politicians, I mean, they probably are not very good people to begin with, but honestly, I would say that there's at least, honestly, I honestly believe that the politicians have more, maybe I'm wrong, but I almost feel like they have a more shred of decency to them than the newscasters, because the newscasters are the ones putting everyone into anxiety. Like, the politicians, at least they have the presence of mind to make their decisions that are supposedly ruining everyone. Like, they're making these decisions that are, quote, destroying the world or whatever. But they're just doing it in Congress, like, in their privacy of their own capital. And they're just writing the bills, and honestly, if people vote against it, they can literally reverse the bill. That's what I don't understand. Like the way that these people are talking, these newscasters, like, there's no hope. Like, there's nothing we can do. They've made the decision, there's nothing we can do. What are you talking about? You vote for them, you just vote them out. You have a complete power over them. There's everything you can do. Like, it doesn't make any sense what they're saying. They're actually giving false it's like, it's not that some news is fake, it's every single news story is fake. Every single one. They're always skewing it to make you so afraid that there's nothing. Like, this person has now done this, and now there's nothing you can do about it, and we're all doomed. It's like, that is not true. Then what is the point of voting? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, you're actually scaring people for no reason. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, and honestly, having whole generations grow up believing, that's the problem, is like 17, 18-year-olds are watching this news, and they don't have any conversations with their own parents because they're always on their phone. So they don't have to actually sit down at the dinner table. When I was growing up, we would discuss things going on, like, in the world, like, like, oh, I heard, there's a war in China now. Well, we would talk about it at the dinner table with me and my parents and my brothers. Like, you would discuss things that are happening. I didn't need the news. My parents and I talked about everything in our house. So your parents could I just think the news is completely unnecessary. Like, you could just, like, your parents could just read the newspaper and then just tell you what was going on. Like, there's absolutely no reason for TV news whatsoever. Like, it's so unnecessary, and it's actually so detrimental to society. Especially, what I hate about the news is the look of horror that these newscasters put a fake. There's no way that these newscasters are actually terrified of every story they make. If they are mentally and clinically insane. And I have not ruled that out. Maybe they are clinically insane because, like, literally, they have a mental illness if they actually think every story is the end of the world with the expression on their face that they make. Like, I mean, they are literally causing people anxiety. They should be sued for causing so many people anxiety. Like, I think that the whole nation should do a class action suit against every news channel for every anxiety case ever and stress problem that people have because of these news people. Like, they are literally a cult of people that is like destroying the country. Like, it doesn't even matter if they're right once in a while. The way that they're saying it is wrong. Even if they're saying something, you could say it in a better way. Like, okay, there's a problem, like, the prices of eggs are going to go up, but don't worry, because you, the people, can vote on this, and let's find a way that we can solve this problem together. That's how you would say it if you were a parent talking to your kid about the situation. But as a newscaster, you're trying to literally give somebody a heart attack talking to them about it. Which is wrong. Like, it's literally morally wrong what they're doing. Like, you would never try to stress your kid out like that if you were talking to them. Like, by the way, Johnny, the prices of eggs have gone up, so basically no one's going to be able to pay for their cost of living anymore. People are going to go homeless. People are going to be on the street. And also, I'm going to give you the names of all the politicians that voted for this so that you can hate them in your heart and become a worse person, feeling more... Honestly, I honestly believe, even if there's a bad person, if you decide to hate that person in your heart, even if they're bad, you are literally becoming a worse person for hating them. So it would actually be better if you didn't know. Like, if it would be better if you didn't know all the bad things they did, because you are actually going to darken your own soul by feeling hate. It is not a good idea to feel hate. And that is literally what these news people are doing, is they're literally creating fear and they're creating hate with their news stories. And honestly, literally, you know, like the way that you would tell like a kid or something, like say you had a child and they had a favorite bike, and their bike was maliciously, like, one of your other children just smashed it with a hammer, and they were just mean and they just destroyed it, and they said, it's because I don't like this, I don't like my sister, I did it. Would you actually tell your daughter that her own sister smashed the bike? No, you would not, because that would break her heart. Why would you do that? That would hurt her so much. Like, it would be better if she did not know. It would be better if you took that girl aside and was like, that was very wrong what you did, and I never want you to treat your sister's bike like that again. And then you get a new bike. I would never, ever tell, because that would be so horrible for her to think of her sister. Even if her sister is bad, you know, it's just going to break her heart. And I feel like that is what these news people are doing. You know, it would be better if people just did not know every horrible thing. Like, it is just the worst, you know? Alright, guys, so we have, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, alright, guys, so we've got Epic Eyesight. And, okay, so I'll try to get you in, for next round, but yeah, I honestly, like, I really think, like, we have, like, we've created decades of fear and hatred for people with these news stories. It's just absolutely insane. And it's created a world in which people have this, instead of having this active, like in the 80s, people always had this idea of anything is possible. And all this cool sci-fi stuff, and like, you know, you always see cats in outer space and cool TV shows. Well, that was because people had a great outlook on life. They thought anything was possible. And, the sky's the limit. Whatever you believe, if you believe you can do it in your heart, you can do it. And today, we've had decades of children and now adults that have no sense of their own power to change their situation. They're told by the news every day that all these horrible things are happening. There's nothing they can do about it except for whole hatred in their heart for this or that politician that they think is responsible. Not even believing that, why didn't you even look into what you really think that I personally think even the politicians I hate the most, I don't even hate any politicians, because why should you spend your time hating somebody? But like politicians that I completely disagree with, I cannot believe that they are 1000% the devil. Even politicians that I disagree with every single thing, and I feel like they've hurt a lot of people with their decisions. Like they've created, there was certain politicians that, made certain countries not considered a country or not receive foreign aid, so those people were starving. And, there were certain American politicians that made those decisions so they wouldn't receive any aid anymore. I could hold hatred in my heart for that kind of person. But honestly, at the end of the day, that politician will go home, go to Thanksgiving dinner. They're going to feed their cat. They're going to hug their wife. They're going to pay for their kids' college. They're going to get sack lunches for their kids. They're going to try to do the right thing at some point. I do not believe even politicians that make horrible decisions that literally cause people to die. I do not believe that they are actual, horrible, evil people. I don't hate them. Maybe when I was a teenager I did, but that was because I was stupid and young, and I didn't realize that was what, the hype, that was what the, basically media was trying to get me to do. Or, I think when you're stupid and young, you don't even need the media to get you to do that, because you hear about something and you just start hating people for no reason. And that's how honestly, that's how teenage vegetarians are too. Like they watch one video on, somebody saying that cows, don't get to go out and eat any grass, and they have a video of, a violin playing while a cow is outside, and then they go, "This is horrible." And then they're like, "I'm never eating meat again." And also, not only am I never eating meat, but I'm also gonna scream and yell and hate everyone in my heart that eats meat. So that's how teenagers are. They're kind of ignorant, and they don't understand the reality of the situation. I had to actually go. I actually visited a Amish slaughterhouse with my culinary class, and it took, honestly, I have a vegetarian, well, she used to be vegetarian, but she's militant vegetarian sister-in-law, and she was very mean to me. Anytime I tried to cook bacon, she would scream at me, and she was really mean. And I actually visited we had to go to this slaughterhouse where they put the animals down and make meat. And honestly, I think that was one of the best things I could have done, because honestly, I feel like that really I think that every vegetarian should actually visit a slaughterhouse, because all of the lies that they tell you on TV or PETA and all this stuff, literally they're actually skewing the reality of the situation. And if you actually visited the slaughterhouse, you would see that it's not what you're told about it. I was surprised that the animals did roam around and run free and eat grass and everything. And not only that, but they were very well taken care of. And not only that, but they were completely asleep. They put them completely asleep before. They basically got them into a state where they were, I don't want to go into it, but there was a way they were able to make them extremely sleepy to the point where they were basically unconscious. And that was before they, yeeted them. But it was they took great care with the animals, and it was actually a complete lie, like that they didn't care. So it's just interesting, like, and that's like honestly, like, like that's how I think of politicians. Like, it's like if I actually felt hatred in my heart for people that I don't even know, and honestly, most of their decisions, like, oh, this person made a decision about someone in a foreign country that's now not going to receive medical aid. It's like, okay, well, that is unfortunate that that person won't receive medical aid, but honestly, that politician is doing what they feel is right. If enough people actually stood up and were like, hey, these people aren't receiving medical aid, and made this huge rally and explained that they don't want to vote for that, yeah, those people would probably receive medical aid. But not enough people care. It's not really the politicians that are at fault. It's really the people that don't care. Most people don't care enough. Like, most people aren't going to take a day off of work to try to help a country that's not receiving medical aid because they have their own problems. Everyone's always looking out for number one. They're going to work or school. They're taking care of themselves. They don't have time. And, like, for me, it's like I either am going to become a politician myself and do what I, vote for the things I think is right, or I'm just going to not let it bother me. Like, I'm just going to do my best. You can only do the best you can do and then move on, because there are plenty of, it's just not worth it to hold hatred in your heart for somebody you have never met, you don't know, you've never walked a mile in their shoes, you've never gone to dinner with them, you've never shaken their hand, you don't actually know them personally, but you're told on the news to, like, hate people that you don't even know. I mean, that's just gotta be bad for your soul. Like, even if they're all bad, you're actually becoming a worse person for hating them, even if they're bad. Like, it would be better if you just didn't, if you were doing research so that you could organize a rally, so that you could help somebody that was affected by a person's bad decision, then you would have a reason to sit there and watch all those news stories about it. But if you're just watching the news just to hold hatred in your heart and just think about bad things that are happening all the time, there's actually no reason to watch it, because you're not really gonna do anything about it anyway, are you? Like, all those murders that you watch on TV, you're not gonna go and try to help the police with the investigation, because there's no why would you need to know about it then? So it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason to know all this negative news. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's no reason. And, like, Luke used to talk about this all the time, where back in the day, like, you would be watching your TV program, and then they'd have a breaking news, and they'd show it in a bar under your news, like under your TV show you're watching, and then they'd say, we now return to our scheduled programming, or we now return to our regular scheduled programming. They used to say, like, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you some breaking news. Like, there's a convict at large in your county. Watch out. We now return to our regular scheduled broadcasting. They usually only told you about news that was absolutely necessary. So yeah, honestly, it's been generations of people that are literally riled up to hate people they don't even know, people they've never met, people they're just told to hate. So it's just very strange. Like, honestly, like, the last several decades have been absolutely insane. Like, I cannot even, I don't know. Like, and the sad part is, people are so brainwashed to believe that them watching horrific things and hating everyone is completely normal, that I just don't see us coming back. We're just in this weird dystopian future, and we're just never gonna be. We're never gonna be out of it. Like, there's nothing that's gonna, get us out of it. Alright, guys. Well, I probably should have done respawn rumble to begin with, so we could have gotten more people in, but so I think we looked at all the characters. So we had Mullet Guy, we had Mike, Will, Lucas, and Dustin. So yeah, so guys, that was the Stranger Things showcase. If you want, you can get the weird monster guy in the he's 1500, but I just didn't have enough V-Bucks for him. So maybe if we do another showcase of this, we could do him, but yeah, he's Vecna, the creepy monster that is the nemesis of the game, of the show. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and playing with me. I appreciate it. And we're gonna get the music started for the next stream coming up. So, thanks again for playing, guys, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Alright, guys. God bless, happy gaming. Thanks for playing with me. See you guys soon on the next stream.